Thank you, Alexis. And I just want to do a quick sound check. Giana, are you able to unmute yourself?
I believe so. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you for being our first guest today. Giana is a junior in high school and a youth representative, both locally in Brighton, Colorado, and also for the National League of Cities. So Giana, you've been part of local violence prevention work in Brighton for several years, and would love to hear from you. Why did you decide to get involved?
Yeah, of course. So I'd just like to begin by thanking everyone here for all of their work surrounding suicide prevention and mental health awareness. It means so much to me to be speaking on a platform here with you all today about something I'm so very passionate about. I started getting involved in my community at the end of my 7th grade year, and it wasn't until then that I felt like I had a true purpose. My passion for authentic youth engagement and struggles with my own mental health are really what made me fall in love with SPEAK. For those of you who don't know, SPEAK is a suicide prevention project that stands for Suicide Prevention, Education, Awareness, and Knowledge. SPEAK started back in 2013 in my hometown of Brighton, Colorado, by the Brighton Youth Commission. SPEAK Week is a week worth of education and breaking down stigmas surrounding mental health. It's implemented in local schools, and at the end of the week, we hold a 5K walk at a local community park to hold and raise community awareness. When I started volunteering with SPEAK, I was so young and still had a lot to learn. And it wasn't until then, with my involvement with SPEAK, that I was told by an adult that it's okay to not be okay. As a young person with such an impressionable mind, I honestly think my life would be extremely different if I had never had that support. One of my main beliefs is that no one should ever feel alone. And with SPEAK, I feel like I'm making a difference in making sure that everyone feels supported and that no one feels alone.
Wow, Giana, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Really appreciate it. And for introducing us a little bit to SPEAK. Would you like to tell us more about SPEAK and your local work and what's really been coming up in the current context?
Yeah, of course. So over the last 4 years of SPEAK, I've gained so much experience, skills, and friends that have really made this whole process extremely rewarding. SPEAK has allowed me to connect with so much of my community and has helped me grow so much as a person. The skills I've acquired will be extremely beneficial in all aspects of my future. Now, I know almost all the ins and outs of SPEAK and have worked so hard on this project that sometimes I can lose sight of the end goal. But on the day of the walk or the week of the event, it all pays off. During SPEAK Week, we ask students to wear yellow on the last day of the week or wear a SPEAK shirt. And as a high school student who often feels disconnected with other students, seeing my fellow classmates do something as simple as wear a SPEAK shirt makes me feel like we're all fighting for the same cause. It reminds me that what we are doing is so very important. I remember my very first SPEAK Week. It was my 7th grade year, and no one really knew what SPEAK was. I was so passionate about the program. I broke the school dress code to wear the SPEAK shirt. Mind you, I went to a private school where we wore uniforms. I had good intent, and I'd asked the principal beforehand, and when I asked him, he seemed kind of hesitant and didn't really give me a clear yes. So on the last day of SPEAK Week, I wore my SPEAK shirt. I wore it with confidence, and I never got in trouble. Now, I'm not saying you should break the rules to get your point across. I'm just saying I'm a firm believer in fighting for what you believe in. My grandfather always says, "How does the turtle cross the road?" Well, he starts by sticking his neck out, meaning that in order to get somewhere, you have to start somewhere, even if it may be a little risky. Then, wearing the SPEAK shirt wasn't something that was encouraged, as opposed to now, the schools and students love SPEAK. Now, as a junior in high school, students reach out to me and ask me things like, "Hey, when is SPEAK Week happening?" Or, "How can I get involved?" I could sit here and throw a bunch of numbers at you on how SPEAK has impacted our community, but I feel one of the biggest impacts SPEAK brings is the advocates that comes from it. Over the past 4 years, I've witnessed a community completely embrace mental health awareness, especially regarding youth, and become champions for it.
Wow, that's amazing. It really sounds like there's been a culture change that's happened through the work that you're doing, and I'm really glad to see that youth voices are leading it. And a lot of our participants today are also saying that in the chat. There's so many positive words thanking you for your work, saying it's giving them chills. So thank you for sharing about the local work. And I know that you're not only doing local work, but you're also engaging at a national level. So can you share a little bit about how you're bringing what you're learning locally and really applying that nationally through the National League of Cities?
Of course. As a youth representative on the YEF Council, I've been presented with so many opportunities, and I've had the chance to speak on a national level. Being on the YEF Council with other youth and elected officials allows me to bring a unique perspective and address issues impacting our youth. As well as being on the YEF Council, I'm on the NLC Planning Committee for the Youth Track. In this committee, as myself as well as 14 others are planning workshops for the Youth Track at the conference. One of the workshops I'm helping plan, along with 2 other youth representatives from Brighton, is a mental health awareness workshop. In this workshop, we're going to present on Speak Week and lead our attendees through a process of planning their own suicide prevention projects. We plan to help spread awareness and give our attendees tools to take back to their communities to help break down stigmas surrounding mental health and suicide prevention. The conference is November 19th through the 20th, and our workshop will be Thursday, the 19th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We would absolutely love it if you can make it. It has honestly been such an honor to be able to share Speak with so many people, and it's kind of full circle. Last year, I attended the San Antonio City Summit with my youth council. One of the first things and the activities that we were asked to do was to write on a big piece of paper something that we love to do in our city. The first thing that came to all of our minds was Speak. We drew the acronym on the poster and took a picture with it. I think it's actually on the slides. We all have our faces around the picture. It's kind of cute. You can see how excited we are about the project, and it just means so much to me. To fast forward to now, we're at the same conference, planning the conference, and planning a workshop on Speak. It means so much to me to be here with you all today, leading our way towards change and making a difference in the world. I couldn't thank you enough for having me today.
Thanks, Giana. That was great. And I'm really excited to circle back with you after the conference to really hear more about what's coming up for other young people right now in the COVID context and what kind of activities are really going to come out of this. So thanks for giving us a sneak peek, and hopefully we can come back later on too.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
Yeah.
That all elected officials should invite youth to the table on all subjects that impact them. It would mean a lot if they gave us the opportunity that Mia was talking about. If you gave the opportunities to these young people, I am almost positive they would take them and grab them. And when I say invite them to the table, I don't just mean to tokenize them as their youth representative. I mean to completely embrace their opinion and make sure that their voice is being heard. Someone once said, if you invite the bear to the table or to the party and the bear wants to dance, you better be ready to dance. So I think if you invite the youth, you should really be ready to hear what they have to say.
That's a great quote. Love it.